All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to another. Hey, Andrew. How's it going?
It's going. We had some fun StreamYard problems, but we're here now.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much for being patient. I see a lot of people here: meditative travel, a mindful emergence, Alexia, HD coach as well, Oliver, Liz, just play, Carmen. A lot of people are here hanging out. Thanks for being patient with us. We just had some technical issues, but we're here for the TubeBuddy 101 live training. So, yeah. So if you are watching the replay, or if we go down for whatever reason, then just head over to tubebuddy.com/101. There's always a replay available there from the most recent training that we did. So in case something happens, then don't worry, there is a backup. And if you have any questions, then you feel free to email us. We'll give you all of that information in just a little bit. But Andrew, how are you doing?
Doing very well. Happy to be here live, seeing a lot of familiar faces and new faces in the chat. So just wanted to give a warm welcome. Excited to go over these kind of trainings we do every week now.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. So I think we are late, so let's just jump right into it, Andrew, so that we can make sure we respect everyone's time. So, and I know that there's a ton of things that we're able to share today. So, first thing is this is a conversation. Me and Andrew will share a few things, but then please ask your questions in the chat. We want to make sure that we are answering your specific questions about getting started with TubeBuddy. That's what this session is really for. Okay, so let me share my screen here, Andrew, and we'll get started.
Sounds perfect.
Awesome. All right. So again, my name is Rob Balasabas. I'm the partnership growth manager here at TubeBuddy. So I get to work with our partners, our brand partners, influencers, and I also manage our affiliate program. We have Andrew Can here. Andrew is the head of content, of video content and production. So Andrew, what is it that you do here at TubeBuddy? Just for those people that are new to the live stream.
Sure. So, as Rob said, my job is the head of content and production. So, any video you see from us here at TubeBuddy, my hands play a part in it. All the reason for that is so I can best help you watching learn how to use the TubeBuddy tools to grow your YouTube channels and maybe even learn some things YouTube can do for you along the way.
Awesome. Sounds good. Perfect. So there's Andrew. So yeah, so we'll jump ahead here and we'll get into the next slide here. So the first thing I want you guys to do is if you're new, please make sure you subscribe and click that notification bell here on our YouTube channel for the TubeBuddy channel. All right. Every week, Andrew shares a new tutorial on the channel, a new video that will help you better use a TubeBuddy. So make sure you subscribe, click that notification bell, and then every Wednesday, Andrew manages our team or our partners actually that take over our channel for a workshop. Sometimes it's about thumbnails, sometimes it's about getting more views, keyword research, all those things. But we have different partners, YouTube experts that take over our channel, and that's something that Andrew actually does. Actually, Andrew, what's happening tomorrow, this
So
week
this
on the
this
weekly
week we're
live?
gonna have some special guests. So it's going to be myself and anyone who of our expert wants to join live. They are more than free and available to. So we're going to just be answering general YouTube questions. A lot of times we have a very specific theme. This week we want to make sure we're giving back. I see like Carmen here, for example, said that they're just starting and or planning to start, and they're hopefully this is going to help them understand. So we just want to make it a very simple Q&A kind of stream so we can ask and answer some of those questions of our users.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, so it should be really fun. You get to meet some YouTube experts. You get to get your questions answered and hopefully learn something new to really level up your YouTube channel. So yeah, so make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. That's one of the best resources that you'll ever find to grow your channel. All right, so I always like to start off with a bit of an agenda so that you know what to expect over the next 40 to 50 minutes or so. So during this session, what we'll do is we'll introduce you to TubeBuddy, some of the people behind the scenes that you may not see, on social media or our live streams. We'll give you a bit of a tour of TubeBuddy. There's lots of options. There's lots of menu items. And so we want to make sure you're familiar with those and how to navigate your way around. We'll also do a live demo. So Andrew will take over the screen and share his screen here and show you around the TubeBuddy tools. All right. And then we'll do some live Q&A. We'll give you a bit of a parting gift and then kind of next steps on how to, where to go next to really help you grow your channel and use TubeBuddy even better. All right. So the first thing is the YouTube Creator Academy. So if you're new to, your channel, to YouTube, to building a channel, this is a really awesome resource. This is directly from YouTube. They built this themselves. It's a YouTube Creator Academy. They have different courses that are free and available to you on all things, channel optimization, production, equipment, content strategy, money, business, all those things. And so we highly, highly encourage you to go and check that out. It's a great education resource. Also, our community. So we have a community forum that TubeBuddy has created, and it's available to you. And Andrew's actually one of the main team members that actually manages that community. We have thousands of people that are in part of that community every single day, engaging, asking questions, helping each other out. Our team is there as well. So, Andrew, a few words about what happens in the community.
Sure. So as Rob was saying, we have a lot of different sections. There's a lot of engagement. The whole idea of our forums is for a more relaxed place where you can ask questions. Maybe you ask it today. You don't have time to get the answer. Well, don't worry. You'll have time to read those answers maybe later in the day or in the morning. So it's a really great resource for you to meet other creators, get that feedback, and hey, you can even earn free TubeBuddy by being active there. So there's a lot of benefits by being on the forums.
I love it. I love it. Awesome. Yeah. So we'll talk more about that. But yeah, make sure you head over to our community forums as well. Awesome. Thank you, Andrew. All right. The next thing is that if you're here, if you're on our free plan, awesome. We're just so happy that you're here using using TubeBuddy and part of the community. There's no expiry to our free plan. I think there's actually even over 30 different tools that you can use even on our free plan. But if you do want to test out some of our paid features, some of our paid plans, we do have a free trial available for 30 days. We'll share a link there in the chat where you can take advantage of that trial. So again, 30-day free trial on any of our paid plans. There's no contracts. We don't work in contracts here at TubeBuddy. We don't do that. There are monthly or annual plans available. If you go with the annual plan, you do get a 20% discount right away. So if that's something that you want to do. Now, if you are already using if you've already tried one of our free, our free trials, then what you can do is if you find that, hey, you know what, I want to commit to the Pro plan or their Legend plan, and you want to do that on a monthly basis, then you can use this coupon code 101buddy when you're upgrading, and you get a 20% discount right away. All right, so that's just a little thing that we want to make sure that we share with you. We're just really happy that you're here using TubeBuddy to grow your channel. All right. Okay, so really quickly, the TubeBuddy story. All right, a few things here, just sort of where we are started and where we are going. So the TubeBuddy team has been building YouTube software for YouTube for over 10 years now. In 2013, we spent an entire year building a product that flopped. It failed. It didn't work. But in a year later, in 2014, we had the idea to build a browser extension so that we could offer all of these tools to YouTube creators right inside of the YouTube website, which is what you see today. And Andrew will go over that in just a little bit. We have 4 co-founders that started TubeBuddy. They're all developers, which is amazing and such an advantage for us as a company because it allows us to move quickly and constantly push out new features all the time. We just recently launched Click Magnet, for example, which is an awesome tool. And again, we're just constantly launching new features, listening to our community to do that. And so that's really what we do. We listen to our community. We try to understand, what creators are going through, what the pain points are, and then building tools to address those things. And then the last thing that I want to mention here is that TubeBuddy is 100% bootstrapped, meaning we have no investors. We don't have any outside investors, which allows us to really focus on building great products and tools for the YouTube creator community without any influence from investors. And so that's something that we're really proud of. All right, here is a picture of our team. This is our team in San Diego, which is where our head office is based out of. We also have team members in the Los Angeles area, and then also up here in Canada. And then also, Andrew, we have some new team members. Is it Arizona, I believe?
Arizona, yes.
That's right. There you go. So Judah, who just joined our team, is based out of Arizona. So yeah, that is our team right there. Now, there's a couple ways. I want to give you some really quick tour of TubeBuddy. So there's about 3 different ways to access TubeBuddy. The first way is through your phone, through your mobile device, either Android or iOS. Also, the browser extension, which Andrew will go over in just a few minutes. And then the web browser app, which I'll show you around here in just a second as well. All right, Andrew, before I go into the web browser tour, any questions?
So we have one here from a Mindful Emergence. They say when time comes for the queue, I have one. How do I edit my profile? Cannot figure out how to make a change to the banner. I'll show that off a little bit in the demo. I'm actually going to take a different approach for the demo today. So again, even if you've been in the 101s, there's always slight changes. So slight, I don't even tell Rob.
Always a surprise. Never know what to expect with Andrew.
Other than that, I think we have one here from Mei Ling. Can you walk us through your recommended SEO research strategy or how to find tags from within the upload page? I never know what I'm doing right. So Mei Ling, you're just a little bit ahead of the demo here. So I say I don't think we have any others except Alexia, who said there's Q&As at the end. Yeah, well, also here. But we do lots of questions throughout.
Awesome. Yes, exactly. So Mei Ling, yes, Andrew will definitely go through the SEO keyword research strategy in just a few minutes. I'm just going to show you guys something really quickly here with the web browser app. So everyone, if you've been here before, please give us a little bit of patience, probably something you've already seen. But if you're new, I want to make sure that you follow along here. All right. So I want everybody to go over to TubeBuddy.com. TubeBuddy.com, and on the top right, you'll see my account. Okay, so click on that. And really quickly here, this gives you a little bit of a snapshot. You've got your affiliate center on the top right, gives you your affiliate information, some announcements right below that. Over here, TubeBuddy 101, you'll see there. We have integrations as well, so you can connect TubeBuddy with Twitter, with the mobile app, of course, with Patreon and Facebook as well. And then it gives you your licenses. So if you have multiple channels or a single channel, it kind of gives you, you're like, hey, what plan am I on? This is where you can go, the bottom right of your TubeBuddy dashboard, okay? But where I want everyone to go is right here. This is your different channels. So let's look at this one. This is my main channel right here. And I want everyone to go over to settings, okay? So settings, you see right there, settings. And let's click on that. And then from here, I want you guys to go to my search ranking method right there, okay? And I want you to select the incognito results. All right. Now, what this does is basically whenever you're using TubeBuddy to do keyword research or search rank tracking, anything like that, where you're getting the tool to look and do a search on YouTube, it uses an incognito browser. So it gives you results from an incognito search. So what this does is that it gives you the most accurate results so that you can make good decisions as to, you know, the keywords that you're trying to go after and use for your videos. All right, so once you've done that, just go in the bottom here and click on Save Changes. And that is it. All right, so let me know if you've done that. Just put done or yes in the chat, just so that we know that you've done this already, okay? If you've just signed up with us recently, if you just created a TubeBuddy account recently, then this may already be set to, for you as the default setting, but we just wanna make sure so that you know, you get the most accurate results possible. All right. Andrew, we are off to the questions. So before I hand you the mic, was there any questions there?
So I don't see so much a question. I think I see more of a comment from Alexia. I think we are good to go into the demo if you are.
All right, let's do it. Sounds good.
All right, so I'm going to quickly share my screen, and then we're just going to jump into this. So from here, you'll see the TubeBuddy YouTube channel. Today, what I want to focus on is a little based on the questions we've already received. So we had one from a Mindful Emergence, and they were asking, how do I change my YouTube channel, and how do I do things on YouTube? Well, whether you are brand new or you've been around for a while here with us at TubeBuddy, one thing TubeBuddy can do for you is save you time. It's one of my favorite things that really can be underappreciated within TubeBuddy. So once you install it, all you have to do is click on this TubeBuddy drop-down menu right here. That's what we're going to do right now. And this is going to take you to easily access all the tools within TubeBuddy. So where we need to go to edit our banner, for example, is the YouTube dashboard. Now, to traditionally get there, I'd have to click this. I'd have to go to YouTube Studio and then go through YouTube. Or I can just click dashboard and immediately be there. Again, one of my favorite things about, TubeBuddy is its time-saving capability. So I'm going to zoom in once again. And once you are here, to edit your YouTube channel, and the reason you want to do this is whenever anyone comes to your YouTube channel, you need to remember that is their first impression of you. So you want it to be set up in a way that's easy for them to understand and easy for them to break down. So once you're on the YouTube dashboard, in the bottom left-hand corner here, so I will once again draw, you'll see the settings cogwheel. You need to click on it to get to your channel settings. You can also get there by just clicking customization on the left-hand side. So either way you want to edit, I'm going to use the customization here. This will let you change how your channel is laid out. Now, I do not know if this is available for everyone. Unfortunately, I know that classic YouTube, some things are locked behind this. It should be for everyone. So if you want to change your branding or your banner, you go to banner image under the branding category. And as you can see here, you can see your banner image. You hit change, you can hit remove. It gives you the idea of the size of the banner as well. So it gives you some helpful stuff. You can click learn more, which will open up the manage your channel branding section. So hopefully a mindful emergence that kind of can help you quickly and easily understand how you can change out your banner as you have here. So I just wanted to make sure that we got to a little bit of behind the scenes. This is very useful to have set up. One of the things we recommend is have a channel trailer for those who are new and those coming back. If you don't have a dedicated channel trailer, one of the easiest things you can do is highlight a video that you think best represents your channel. Again, it doesn't harm your channel to have it there. And in fact, having that as a resource and option can go a long way. So that's what we recommend, as well as, making sure you have playlists and things like that. I see a mindful emergence says that they want to add a script. I'm not too sure what you mean by that. So in the meantime, that's just how you can quickly and easily change that. So while we're on the dashboard, I want to click on the dashboard button here from YouTube and just kind of show more of what TubeBuddy can do on this back end. So one of the main things it can do, as I said earlier, is through these quick links. Again, if we click this TubeBuddy drop-down menu, you'll notice these quick links in this top section. But one of the questions we got was about, the keyword explorer and how that they can optimize videos from the upload. So if you have the paid versions of TubeBuddy, and don't worry, as we go through this demo, we're going to be discussing what's the difference between free and paid. One of the cool features in the paid version is something we call the SEO Studio. And this allows you to optimize a video before you ever upload. So I know Mei Ling was asking about the SEO and optimization part. So my question to you watching is, what is a topic of a video you want to do? We're going to show you how we'd break it down and how you can easily turn it from idea to completed video using TubeBuddy. Now, as that is going on, I see that a mindful emergence said, I want to tell people when I'm posting videos what days. So I'm assuming when you say script, you mean in your banner that, hey, I'm going to be going live. A great example of this is, we try to do this in the TubeBuddy banner, We make it very clear. So weekly uploads, live streams every Wednesday. In fact, we plan to do a redo of this banner really soon. So even if you've seen TubeBuddy before, you can definitely come in. I see Rob says in the comments, you can use tools like About Easel or Canva.com. Both are very, very good, especially if you're starting. So as we are waiting for some keywords to come in from the audience, one thing we can talk about is we have the option through, the videos page. Again, if you were ever confused on how to get there, you can click videos here, or you can just click videos over here. Is we have quick links per video. So have you ever wondered, hey, how many subscribers did this one video bring, or things of that nature? Well, with TubeBuddy, you'll notice our TubeBuddy icon. If you hover over the videos, you will see this TubeBuddy icon here. In fact, I will just zoom in a little bit more for us. You'll see this TubeBuddy icon. If you click on it, you can see some of our tools pages. So you can see how you can go to SEO Studio for this video. You can see the captions. You can see all these little different things you can do, but we want to focus on quick links. So we're going to quickly click on the quick links. Woof. I should have used a different word there, but fastly just didn't sound as good to me. So I see the Equitable Show says, how do I maximize TubeBuddy to find out when to publish my videos? It's a great question. Stick around. We actually have a feature coming out very soon, but we will show that as well. One thing you can do through the quick links is you can see the comments section earlier. You can focus on comments with filtering here. Or, as I said, let's say you want to see how many subscribers you got from this video. All we need to do is click on subscribers. And instead of trying to find this data in YouTube Studio, we make it very simple, where we can show you that this video for us has driven in total 46 subscribers. It also says so down here, and it gives us some other bits of information. So instead of searching for that information, it's easily given to us, and we can clearly see what everything is, so we're not guessing. Now, I do see this comment from the Equitable Show that's asking how to maximize TubeBuddy to find the best time to publish our videos. We have something coming out very soon. However, there is a way you can do this through YouTube. Once again, click on the TubeBuddy drop-down menu. You can go to best time to publish, which will show you, it used to, and I think we're making that change soon. My apologies, but don't worry. We're just going to go to here, click on analytics. On analytics, you can go to audience. And on the audience page, you will see when your viewers are on YouTube from YouTube themselves. So this gives you an idea of when your viewers are on. You can hover over to see, hey, most of our viewers tend to be around 8 a.m. So we tend to try to focus our streams, especially on Friday. We notice that most of our viewers are on at 7, so we try to release around that time. So this is actually a feature through, YouTube, but TubeBuddy plays into it, and we have a feature coming out, which will be free very soon to help you understand this even more. So hopefully that can help you there. So I see from Mei Ling, your keyword is cultural identity or multicultural experience. So let's just look at how it goes. So when it comes to the SEO, it's very important to break down what does that mean? It's search engine optimization. And if you understand that YouTube is a search engine, guess who owns YouTube? Google. Well, actually, there's a lawsuit right now, but right now, at the time of this, Google owns YouTube, right? So YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. So when we start to understand that, we understand that when we look up this term, in your case, cultural identity or multicultural experience, what we want to look for is some data within TubeBuddy to see how many people are searching for it. What's the data telling us? So we're going to do that by going back to the TubeBuddy drop-down menu. We're going to click under Extension Tools on our Keyword Explorer. Now, the Keyword Explorer is free. However, it will be a little limited. But we have linked that free trial. We have done some things there. So once you open the Keyword Explorer, there's two things you should focus on right away. Because Mei Ling here knows that she wants to make a video either on cultural identity or multicultural experience, she can go ahead and type in the keywords. But let's say you're just trying to see ideas for the day. Let's say that, we're a football-based channel. Well, we can see some things that are trending. So if we click here, we are pulling this data from Google Trends. These are things people are searching for right now. The reason we show these things is this might make a good idea of what you should create on your YouTube channel. Again, if the Dallas Cowboys are being searched and you're a mega Dallas Cowboy fan, maybe that makes sense for you to cover it on your channel if you're about sports. However, we know that Mei Ling here wants to talk about cultural identity. Now, notice that once we type in this, we already have some autocomplete stuff that is coming into play. These are things that are being pulled from YouTube search. So if I go over here, right? So I go back to cultural identity. Notice how the same results that are between the two here, it's because we're pulling from YouTube search. You don't have to do these extra steps. We make it super easy for you to understand, hey, this is what people are searching for on YouTube. So because we're looking up cultural identity, this is where I want to explain our score. So as you can see, TubeBuddy will be loading. And what we're going to discuss here today is how our score is focused and the difference between our unweighted and our weighted score. Now, on the free version, you will get access to the unweighted score. A lot of people ask, hey, what's the difference between the unweighted score and the weighted score? And it's very simple. If you read here, it says this keyword is searched very often. It gives you an idea. Click on weighted tab above to see how your specific channel will likely perform for this keyword. The only difference between weighted and unweighted is that the unweighted score doesn't have your specific YouTube channel data to play it into, where the weighted score is us at TubeBuddy. We take a look at how your channel performs, plug that into the Keyword Explorer, and give you a better accurate idea on how your channel will perform for this keyword. However, we can still do this from the unweighted score. So if you are new here, there's an analogy I love to give for our Keyword Explorer. Rob will know this analogy. Some people here have come before and they know the analogy. I like to say, because I've seen this happen too many times, people will see the score and they obsess over it. They're like 15 out of 100. That is a failing grade. I can't have that. That is not okay. And they get so bogged down onto that number value that they forget that YouTube, like many things, isn't that simple, right? There's a lot of steps. So what we look at overall, and how I like to teach this is a lot like a traffic light. If you're unaware, at a traffic light, red means to stop. So in terms of keyword research, right, you should stop and consider another keyword. Yellow is to be cautious, to yield, or slow down. In terms of keyword research, there are two kinds of drivers. I'm at a yellow light going to slow down and stop. But maybe Mei Ling here sees yellow and goes, you know what? That's my chance to book it. There's two different mindsets and both are not invalid. Of course, if Mei Ling does book it and gets pulled over, she understands the risk. But it's really up for you to decide, hey, do I want to take that risk? Or, hey, am I going to slow down and consider something else? For green, like a traffic light, that means you're good to go. In terms of keyword research, that means you're good to go ahead with that keyword. Now, this right here is just one piece of the puzzle. So we're talking about cultural identity. That's what this video we want to make is about. What I want to see is, well, hey, is this getting searched? If I'm focusing on the SEO, that search engine optimization, then I want to see good search volume, because if it's not being searched, if this is in the red, that means that not a lot of people are searching for it. So why am I creating something that I know doesn't have that much interest, right? Now, luckily for us, this one does have an estimated amount of search volume. So there's 136,000 people a month searching for it. Does that mean you're going to get 136,000 views a month? No, because that's where impressions and click-through rate come in. I know they can sound confusing, but let's break it down again. So if I were to go to the results tab here, one thing that I see are these thumbnails. Whenever a thumbnail is shown in YouTube, whether it's on a home page, whether it's through search, whether it's through YouTube sending it to people, the way it works is when I, as a viewer, see a thumbnail for at least 1 second, and about 50% of the thumbnails on screen, that counts as an impression. That means that I saw the video, and it's when I decide to click through, which helps on that click-through rate. If I don't click through, if I just keep scrolling, that means your video thumbnail didn't stop me to catch my attention, right? So when we say impressions click-through rate, what we mean is how many people saw the thumbnail and how good was that thumbnail and title and video to get people to click through and watch the video. So in this case, right, if we have a 10% click-through rate, which is a high end of average, one thing to know is YouTube says an average click-through rate is between 2 and 10%. So let's say I have a 10% click-through rate. I'm feeling good about the video I've created. There's nothing wrong with that, unless it fails, but that's not the point. So let's say I have a 10% click-through rate, right? That's about 13,000 views a month. Now, I don't know about you, but if I have a video earning me 13,000 views a month, I'm pretty okay with that. So the idea is that with a good thumbnail and title that gets people to click through, that's a potential to earn 13,000 views a month, especially if you're a small channel. Now, just because the search volume is good doesn't mean you're just going to go ahead and rank number one. That's where we also need to look at the competition, which we can see is red. It's poor. Why? Well, there are almost 7 million, I'll round up, 500,000 videos on this topic, right? So yeah, there's a lot of people talking about cultural identity. So where you care as a viewer or as a creator is how well optimized they are. So if search is how many people are searching for this a month, and competition is how many videos there are, then optimization strength gives you an idea on how many people have a well optimized video for this. Now, here we are in the yellow. So when I look here, what we see is this number represents how well optimized the top ranking videos are for this search phrase. If you are not well optimized, then it provides you an opportunity to break in. So think about this as your opportunity estimate for search engine optimization. Right now, it's in the yellow. So again, Mailing may run the yellows. I'm cautious on the yellows. So what I want to do, because I have the access to it, I want to see the weighted score. And if you look, my weighted score is different because it's taking my channel's authority into account. So as I look here, the biggest difference is we give you the U versus top rank videos. What this shows us is some important metrics to know. One, we need to understand that, hey, in order to show up on that first page of search results, the minimum views required, which is identified as this target, is only 276. Now, if you're a smaller creator, we understand that can be kind of difficult to earn. But for us at TubeBuddy, as an established creator, we have about 6,000 views of video. So for us, this isn't that difficult to earn this 276. Now, obviously, if TubeBuddy made a video on cultural identity, I think people might be a little bit confused. It's not really the point of our channel. However, if this is something you're passionate about, if this is something you want to talk about, then if this makes sense for you to do, then this is a great topic and idea for your channel. So here we know that cultural identity definitely is getting searched. We know that for our channel, hey, we could easily hit 276, views, which would give us a really high chance to rank. So then, as I look in the related, one thing you should keep in mind, we're kind of going section to section. So we understand this is like a traffic light. We understand for us, this is it's not a hard one for us to rank, but let's say we just wanted to be even extra sure, right? We wanted to do a little more research. We just don't want it to be about cultural identity. Well, let's see what people are actually searching for on YouTube, which is displayed here as video searches. Here we can see they're looking for TED Talks, they're looking for essays, they're looking for theories, they're looking for meaning, they're looking for examples, they're looking at art. They're looking for cultural identity in Deborah Stewart Hall summary in Hindi. Maybe that's a famous speech. They're looking for examples. They're looking for meaning. So if I'm looking here, maybe I'm making an essay on my cultural identity, right? So here I am, and all of a sudden, our results are going to change. If you look here, while the search volume is a little bit lower, the competition is excellent. The optimization strength is very good because comparatively, there are billions of creators and billions of videos on this platform. So there only to be 975,000 on a topic is actually really low, considering the millions of people that there are on YouTube. So what this shows me is if I want to do an essay, maybe a video essay on cultural identity, that, hey, we know people are looking for cultural identity. And we know that there's a gap in the market for cultural identity essays. So we're targeting 2 keywords successfully based on what people are searching. Now, obviously, we'd probably do a video essay. Maybe they're looking for different results. So what I would say here is we went from cultural identity, which is very searched, to cultural identity essay. And now we can make a video essay on cultural identity. So now that we're confident in the keyword we've chosen, we can bring this using the, again, SEO Studio, which does require a paid version of TubeBuddy. You don't have to do this through SEO Studio. This just makes it a lot easier. You could do anything through this that we mentioned. In fact, one of the videos, if you want to see how we did it before we created the SEO Studio, I'll even link it. It's called How to Optimize a YouTube Video for Beginners. And it just kind of goes over similar to what we just discussed here, but it shows you how to do that in a different way. So now that we know that cultural identity essay is what we want to do, it's what we want to make the video on, we're going to click the action button in the bottom right-hand corner of the Keyword Explorer. From here, we're going to click on Optimize in SEO Studio. So again, once in the Keyword Explorer, go to the bottom right-hand corner, click on the action button, click on Optimize in SEO Studio. So what this is going to do is load this into our paid optimization tool. So this is, again, requires pro or higher. We have those free links. We have the 101 buddy code. So we're making sure to give you that opportunity. Rob has been so very helpful and put it on screen for you, just in case you were unaware. So from here, we now have our target keyword. This is important because as creators, there's two things we need to know. Before we get into that, let's discuss what the SEO Studio does. As you can see, TubeBuddy is giving us an SEO score. Right now, it's 62%. A lot of people get confused. What does this score mean? Why should I do it? In anything in life, there is a bare minimum requirement. If you go to a job, there is a uniform, which is the requirement. You show up in your uniform, is the bare minimum requirement. What we're doing on SEO Studio is making sure you, at home, the creator, are optimizing to YouTube's bare minimum recommendations. Because when you do that, you're setting yourself up for success. Having a 100% here means that you're doing the things YouTube needs of you, and you're giving yourself the best chance to have a great day or a great video. You're setting yourself up for success. Now, just because you get 100% doesn't mean you're going to earn views. It just, again, means you're doing the bare minimum of what YouTube's asking from you. So if we go in here, how is this score calculated? Well, there's a couple of ways we do this. You can hover over any of these tooltips, by the way, to see what they mean and what they do. We pulled these from the Creator Academy and from YouTube themselves. So to include your target keyword in the title, so how to improve our score? Include our target keyword in the title. Well, right now, we only have our target keyword. Again, because we have 100% of it, it says include 80, while we have 100. So it says include your target keyword in the first 60 characters. We only have the target keyword, so we're doing it. So that's why our score is already here. We're doing the things that YouTube is asking of us. But the two things I said you need to know as a creator, here they are. Your title needs to be both searchable, which right now it's very searchable, but this is a question I always ask people. Would this make you want to click just seeing cultural identity essay? Not really. So the second thing you need to know from that is your title needs to be compelling. You need to compel people to click. So instead of just cultural identity essay, maybe for me, I say cultural identity essay. I didn't know how this would affect me. Or cultural identity essay, you need to know your culture or else. Or else what? I don't know. So you got to compel someone to click on it. So cultural identity essay. Again, this is where us as creators, we know people are searching for this. So we keep the searchable bit first again. And those first bit. Cultural identity essay. And this is where the title of the essay can come to play. Why not knowing your culture can hurt you. Again, why not knowing your culture can hurt you? Well, it's like, well, I don't know my culture. That's kind of important that we compel people. So people not knowing their culture is a great way you can get them. And notice how our score's gone up because we've included our target keyword naturally. We're not done here, though. Here, we can say things such as cultural identity essay. And maybe we say something like, in this cultural identity essay, we discuss why not knowing your culture can hurt you. Cultural identity and the essays about them. And again, we can say, and this essay maybe, because we want to include our target keyword in our description. Again, one of the things you want to do is organically, naturally include this target keyword. So cultural identity essay. I have in this cultural identity essay, we discuss why not knowing your culture can hurt you, right? So we've included it organically again. We're describing it. Cultural identity and this essay are important. Cultural identity essay about who you are can tell you a lot. Something like that. Obviously, this isn't the gospel. This is just a great example of how you can optimize. And notice it says those first 200 characters. Well, we're only at 196. This doesn't mean we can stop here. We need to keep going. But for now, for this example, I think we've done a decent job of baseline describing. Another cool thing you can do through TubeBuddy is you can have multiple upload defaults. So as you can see, I have one for our TubeBuddy tips and tricks series. I have one for our time-saving features series. I have some for our free tools. So I'll just click here and apply, and boom. All of my description stuff I usually have to put in manually. TubeBuddy saves me time. Again, one of the things I love to say is that TubeBuddy can save you a lot of time, and this is just another example. We can move on to step 2. So here you can see we have already added this. What I would say is, you want to make sure you add tags. You can do this through keyword research, but they need to be based around our target keyword. So I'll say cultural identity essay video format, because that's what this is. Cultural identity video essay, because that's what this is. And again, notice how we're including partial matches of our target keyword. The more we add, the higher the score goes. Now, for sakes of this demo, I'm not going to bog us down into making sure we have the 500. All I will say is make sure you have 500 keywords or 500 characters, not keywords, my apologies. Make sure that you have 500 tags, 500 characters in the tags, meaning YouTube gives you 500 characters to have tags. Try to do your best to fill up those tags with 500 characters of relevant information. One of the things that YouTube says is they vote and base on relevancy. So the more relevant it is, again, notice how we never leave this cultural identity essay. Each one of our tags has something to do about it. So each one of these is doing a good job in making sure that we focus on that. So then, if we have a thumbnail, we can upload it. So let's just pretend that this thumbnail of D and Daniel is our cultural identity essay. So as you can see, there's a bunch of thumbnails, but if you look, they're not. This one I'd say from Abby P is probably the most, compelling. The rest really don't have that much, or they're not as personal, right? So if you can come in with an essay that's super personal, and you can do, like, here's something that Abby P did very well, discussion on culture, right? So it's just another way to be compelling. You can see kind of, you can see the American flag. You can see the different cultures of which she is part of. Again, I have not watched the video. This is just an assumption, so take that with a grain of salt. The cool thing then you can do is you can apply this. So you can save this as a draft. I know that one of the questions we were asked is, how do I do this from the upload? If I were to upload a video, so I'm just going to pretend like I definitely had this planned, because we totally did. And I'm not just buying this time, Rob. Shh. So instead of just doing the social videos, one thing I need to do is, let's pretend this is about Search Explorer. So here we can just go click on TubeBuddy Tools, apply SEO Studio, and look, our cultural identity essay. We hit apply and watch what happens. All of our optimizations that we have done, our title, our description, they're all there for you, ready to go. Now, obviously, this is not about cultural identity. So I'm going to cancel this so that YouTube, doesn't. But hopefully, Rob, that helps kind of explain that side of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's an awesome session as always, Andrew. Let's see if there's any questions before we wrap things up here.
For sure.
Let's see here. Yeah, I think you were answering questions as we were going. So I don't know. It's very hard to find any questions here, I think. Yeah, I think we're good. Andrew. So let me share my screen really quickly here. And if you have any last minute questions before we kind of sign off for the day, let us know in the chat here. Okay. But let me share my screen. And yeah, so again, just some quick reminders. Free trial, if you want, there is a link there. If you guys want to test out any of our paid plans, by all means, you're more than welcome to. Again, we want to invite you guys to the community. So head over to community.tubebuddy.com, and that's where you're going to find us there. We'll put the link again in the chat here. It's an awesome place. Also, I shared our Discord server. So our Discord server is awesome. Andrew is in there. Andrew, let them know what happens there maybe not this Friday, I think, but every Friday usually. What do you guys do over there on Discord?
So we are doing it this Friday. It was last Friday where we had to skip because we had Vid Summit. But
That's right.
We do this thing kind of like this. It's called Feedback Friday. The idea is
Yeah.
you can call in and get questions answered, right? So the idea we have is that for 5 minutes, because we have a lot of people in the Discord, you can call in and get either a YouTube channel review or a video SEO review. So if you're like, hey, this is what this video is about, how well targeted is it? I can go in and give you an idea on how I would make changes. Or you can look at it as a channel review and you can be like, hey, what can I improve to make a new user want to subscribe? So it's very, very useful.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, it's always a fun session and really cool to hear everyone's voice actually. It's a call-in show. So yeah, it's awesome. What I'm going to do too is if you guys have any actual like any questions about billing or about your account, things that we can't discuss like here publicly, then email us support@tubebuddy.com. That's the best place to reach our team. And other than that, Andrew, I think that was awesome. Of course, connect with us on social media and all that stuff. But yeah, we're happy to hear your questions and help you kind of move along using TubeBuddy. All right. So, any final words,
Meditative.
Andrew?
I see here from Meditative Travel, they're asking, can I use the resources? This is one of those questions Rob was telling about where it's better to ask support. So it's really a good thing. I see this last question from a Mindful Emergence, which is asking, how do I access that Friday session? That's a really good question. I'll share my screen so you can see it. So you have to do it through our Discord. It's the best way to do it. So from the TubeBuddy,
Oops.
oh, I think we're both trying to add it.
Yeah.
So
There
from
you
the TubeBuddy drop-down menu, which we keep talking about here, under the community section, you'll see our Discord server. So click on that again to get there. TubeBuddy drop-down menu, community. You can also get to our forums that way that Rob was mentioning. Go to Discord server. It'll bring you open to a window, but because I already have the app, you'll see it's our server. You need to first read the rules. It's one of the best things you can do. It shows how everything works. It's just going to let me log in. But once you read the rules, it shows you all the things you can do on Discord. It shows you right here on Fridays, we host the YouTube channel and video SEO sessions and Feedback Friday. If you click on that, you can see the instructions which show you how to get into Feedback Friday. So it's really well broken down. It shows you everything you can do. So it's really useful.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. It's awesome. Sounds good. Okay, well, and mailing here says give it a try, guys. I struggled for so long without TubeBuddy, and again, this is not a paid endorsement. So yes, I appreciate that mailing.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. And again, thank you to everyone that joined. Hopefully this was helpful to you guys. And you're welcome all the time to come back every Tuesday whenever me and Andrew do these sessions, and just bring your questions. But otherwise, hopefully we'll see you in one of the communities